What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, so sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. But this is going to be my honest review and nothing but constructive criticism and critiquing and feedback for this latest PTS. Now, let's just look at the tweet real quick because I asked them about a phase 2 for this PTS, but after looking at the wording of their tweet, it's pretty, I'm pretty sure the PTS is done. So it says that the Year 5 Season 2 PTS is now finished. They didn't say phase 1, it strictly says the PTS has now finished. So, with that being said, I don't know. I did say this, is there a phase 2 on the table? Maybe, please. Asking for a friend, trying to be funny. But reading this, it's pretty clear that they're done with the PTFs. So with this video, I am going to give you my honest review. I'm going to break down everything that I was able to test because I did test everything. I have several videos that I am putting together and releasing throughout the week that are all from the PTS. I have the fastest Ouroboros, I have the solo DZ Ouroboros, I have the perfectly unstoppable force coming out. There's quite a few, DZ caches, things like that. There's a lot of things we're going to be talking about involving this PTS throughout the week, but because of this wording on this tweet, I felt like it would be, I don't know, beneficial for me to just go ahead and make a review video now, and then I can show you the rest of the stuff from the PTS as time goes on. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to give you any visual spoilers or anything like that. I'm going to stay here in the live game, and we're just going to verbally talk about it. Because all of these things are subject to change, and I want to, put some ideas in the ring and see if they stick. Now, if you, enjoy this video or feel like this video would help the developers in any way, shape, or form, try to like and share this and get it out there to the devs, and hopefully they'll see it and maybe put some of these ideas to the test. But let's start off with the best, right? We'll start with the good, because there is a good, bad, and ugly, believe it or not. So we'll start with the good for year 5 season 2 PTS. The good was the new exotic SMG, the Ouroboros. Now that is a exotic vector that will be available from the incursion. It will be a incursion only exotic. Now, that weapon was very powerful and was very fun to use, and it was a little different, and the talent was very unique. However, just being completely honest, the amount of RPM damage and magazine size on that exotic vector will make it the best burst damage weapon in the game. There's really no ways around it. It will eclipse all other weapons as far as rate of fire, and if it drops with damage to targets out of cover like they gave us in the PTS, it's already going to have a 1-up on a lot of weapons, just damage-wise. So my honest review of that weapon is it was very, very fun, and I think the community will love it. And the fact that it is locked behind the incursion makes it even better. And I think that it should not be it should not be touched, nerfed, whatever they want to call it, tweaked, fixed, whatever. I don't think it should be touched. It is a very fun weapon to use, but remember, it is a vector, so you're going to be kind of cornered into close range combat, which is fine. I love that personally myself, being a run and gun player, but I know that some people do not like being so close to the enemies. So it will be very unique. I just think that if they are going to release a weapon that powerful, They need to give us other options as well. Just giving us one very, very powerful weapon will push the entire community to only use that specific weapon. So it's creating meta after meta, and it's not like, I mean, maybe the St. Elmos would fight the Ouroboros. Okay, I get it, because one's like mid range, the other one's close quarters. But even still, if you get close quarters with the Ouroboros, the burst damage doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're dead. I don't know. But that's my thought on the Ouroboros. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, I mean, another thing that's good. I wouldn't necessarily say it's bad. Another thing that's good is the new exotic LMG, the Iron Lung. It is a good weapon. The RPM is really good. The base damage is nice. The talent is fun. My only gripe about it is the magazine size is only 85. And the way I tested the weapon, it would seem that the talent is based off of half of your magazine size no matter what the build. So you can't like spec highly into magazine size and hope to get more burn bullets. That's not how the talent works. So it kind of works as like a measured with a burn status effect kind of deal, where half of your magazine will be just normal bullets, and then the other half of your magazine will be burn bullets, which is fun, and it will make the community happy to get their hands on it. So that's why I'm categorizing that as good as well. And the last thing I would say that is good coming with Year 5 Season 2 would be the new Ortiz gear set. However, this one comes with like a little however statement.
Facility detected.
The chess piece special talent that goes with that gear set is not good enough. I think it needs a buff, because for the Ortiz chess piece extra talent, it says that when you burn an enemy with the turret, it will spread to all enemies within 2 meters. I feel like that should, I mean, just bump it up to 5. Like, is that really too much to ask? 2 meters is a little too, it's not good enough. Because the way that the flame turret works as it's doing the 360 spin, if they're 2 meters from each other, the turret's already going to hit them. So it's kind of, it doesn't benefit you to have 2 meters of a spread. I mean, at least give people a 5 meter burn spread using that chess piece, and I feel like that would be more worth it, because if not, you would be better off just running the 4-piece Ortiz with Creeping Death, or run the 4-piece Ortiz with a better chess piece. You see what I'm saying? Because 2 meters is not enough to actually become effective with that gear set. As far as using that gear set, it was a lot of fun. It made me smile a lot. I have a couple build videos that I'm bringing to you. One that is just straight skills, and the other one is synergized around the Pyromaniac. So I'm going to have a couple builds featuring that gear set. And both of those build videos, I'm like laughing and smiling the entire time I'm using it. It is a lot of fun. I will admit it is a lot of fun. Only in close quarters. Using that turret when enemies are spread out is a nightmare. It will not kill them, and then you have to worry about just getting those enemies with your weapons, not the flame turret, which is messed up because you are solely like reliant on that flame turret if you're running all status effects and burn damage. But nevertheless, really fun gear set. I like it. I just wish that chess piece extra talent would spread to all enemies within 5 meters instead of 2. I don't think that's a big jump. 5 meters still is not a lot. And it would make the build feel a little bit more, powerful, especially when those enemies are so spread out. All right, so that was the good. Let's talk about the bad. I'll go easy with the first one, okay? The first set of bads, I would say is perfectly unbreakable and perfectly Mad Bomber. Now, I already posted, let me jump to it. I'm going to jump back and forth from Twitter over and over because I posted this idea the other day. And here we go. So, this is my idea about perfectly Mad Bomber and perfectly unstoppable force. Okay, so it says here, hear me out. What if you switch Mad Bomber and Unstoppable Force from the chest piece in the backpack and vice versa? That way, you could run perfectly Mad Bomber with the new exotic, or you could run perfectly Unstoppable Force with normal Unstoppable Force and double stack it similar to what you do with Companion. This would not only build more diversity within builds in the community, but it would also shake up the best in slot talents. And then, of course, add a cool little, you know me. I gotta have a little meme in there with it. But anyways, this was my idea because perfectly unstoppable force and perfectly mad bomber are good talents, but they are overshadowed by better talents in the same exact slot. Meaning, why would I run perfectly mad bomber if I could run the brand new exotic chess piece that gives me all of that and more? You see, it kind of already makes it obsolete. And on top of that, people aren't really using the normal Mad Bomber. So why would they use perfectly Mad Bomber? Doesn't make sense. But if you were to switch it and put perfectly Mad Bomber on the backpack, you would be able to double down, and then you would be an unstoppable grenade force to be reckoned with. You see what I'm saying? Or vice versa, for perfect unstoppable force, you will not be able to even reach the same damage as vigilance without 5 kills. So that means for the first 5 kills, vigilance is a better talent. And perfectly unstoppable force does stack up to 7 times, but what's the point when you have to get 7 kills just to get to that point? You see what I'm saying? Or if you were to switch perfect unstoppable force from the backpack to the chest, you could double down on unstoppable force, and then all of a sudden, after a few kills, you are like Superman. You see what I'm saying? It'd be a lot of fun. But this is just another idea. And again, all of this is constructive criticism. I'm not trying to be overly negative. I'm just being honest and what I would do to change these things and make them better. Okay? Now, we're going to start getting to the other parts of the bad category, and then we'll hit the ugly. So, another part of the bad category is the new brand set. It's called the Lingmo. Now, that one gives you explosive resistance, skill health, and then LMG damage. Now, the crazy thing is that LMG damage is at 15%, but you'd have to spec into 3 pieces of Lingmo just to utilize that LMG. It's not worth it. The explosive resistance is already one of the worst attributes in the entire game, and just implementing that is already a red flag. You don't want that on your build. Because if you have all explosive resistance on your build against a person that has a grenade, all they have to do is switch that grenade to a status effect grenade, and then you're dead. It doesn't matter. Because explosive resistance will only take care of the blast. It won't take care of everything else. Another thing with the Lingmo is skill health at the number 2 brand set bonus. It's very useless. That's yet another attribute that people do not use. Maybe changing skill health to skill efficiency would have been a better idea. Or maybe do explosive resistance, LMG damage, and then skill health. But either way, the skill health is not really working for it. I would honestly just change it to skill efficiency. Now, let's talk about the ugly. The new named weapons are atrocious. They are just recycled variants of weapons we already have in the game. So we are not getting new weapons for this next season. Not only that, but the new talent is worse than steady-handed. And I don't know if people use steady-handed. If you use steady-handed outside of descent,
Detected.
let me know
Location
in the
guarded by
comments.
hostiles.
Because the amount of people that use steady-handed are going to be pretty similar to the amount of people that are going to use these new named items. Because the new talent stabilizer is worse than steady-handed. And steady-handed actually like helps. I believe it either refills your magazine or it helps out your reload speed. I forget which one. But either way, that extra part of the talent makes it more viable than the stabilizer. So I don't know. I don't know why they did that. I think it is a ugly part of this next patch, and they could have easily just added a new weapon or, you know, some other talent that could have had a nice effect on our playstyles. But having stabilizer when we already have the glory days, we already have the rail splitter, we already have steady handed. I mean, these are all things that would benefit people that like having those laser beam weapons with max stability or max accuracy. So having stabilizer on top of all the other things we already have, it makes zero sense. I think they just called that one in. I think it was a very lazy decision. I'm just being honest. There was no reason to add another stability accuracy talent when we already have so many. I mean, it's the exact same talent that we have on the Eagle Bearer. It builds up accuracy as you're firing the weapon. Right here, Eagle Strike. Accuracy increases as you continuously fire. I mean, the only difference is the stability does stability and accuracy. I mean, it's really not. It's not a unique talent. Where Flatline against pulsed enemies was unique. Sledgehammer against people that got hit with a grenade, that was unique. These type of talents that they were coming out with were unique, and it kind of created different playstyles. Where stabilizer is not going to do that. In fact, stabilizer is just going to
Detected.
like
Control
be
point in
thrown into
proximity.
the stash with the glory days, the rail splitter, and steady handed. It doesn't matter. And in fact, if you think I'm wrong on that, please let me know in the comments, because I truly do not know a single person that runs around with steady handed on their weapons voluntarily. I don't. I've never seen that before. Nor have I ever been partied up or played any sort of content with anyone that's ever used steady handed. So why would you use stabilizer? That it doesn't matter. It's just a wipe. Now, as far as the glory days, yeah, even I've used the glory days. Super fun. The rail splitter, a lot of fun. Highly recommend. But as far as these talents, they're just wasted. You're gonna lose so much damage that it doesn't even matter. And the fact that they're not even on new weapons, and you're not even gonna have to farm for new weapons, they're just variants of already existing weapons. It just makes it feel very, phone called in. Like they called it in on that one. They're like, oh, we need a talent by Monday. Oh, but it's Sunday. I don't care. Just give us a talent. They're like, stabilizer. That's how it feels. And I'm just being honest. I think that that was a lost opportunity. Okay, now I think that is actually it for the good, the bad, and the ugly for this PTS. We've gone over everything. The exotic chess piece. So the exotic chess piece is called the Collector, and it's all about grenades. It gives you grenade radius, grenade damage, grenade everything. And it even regenerates up to 2 grenades. The wording in the description is off. I don't care if English is your second language, third language, or if English is your first language. The way that it reads is it says it will regenerate up to 2 grenades per minute. It's what it says in the description. And I tested that thing forever, and it will not ever regenerate 2 per minute, like it says. Now, it says up to 2 grenades. So on the build that I was using, I started out with 10 grenades, and the regeneration didn't even start until I was below 2. So it kind of made the regeneration part useless. I think that if I throw 1 grenade, I should already be regenerating a grenade up to 2 every minute, like the description says. But it is what it is. I would classify that chess piece as good because it is better than Mad Bomber and Perfectly Mad Bomber. But as far as like me using it, I'm not really going to use it. I'm not a big grenade player, and yeah, it might promote a grenade playstyle, but you're going to be lacking in so many other areas that it's just not even going to be worth it. I wouldn't recommend using it. It is cool. It looks cool. But as far as the practicality and, you know, adding it to your playstyle in the game, it's not going to be better than what you already have. And that's why I proposed that thought about switching Mad Bomber and Unstoppable Force. Because these talents are good, but they're not as good as what we already have. So why would we purposely lower our overall damage and survivability for, you know, lower quality talents? But if you were to give us the opportunity to double stack those talents, like you did with Companion, that would get everyone to jump on board and try it out. If I told you you were able to double stack Unstoppable Force, I guarantee a majority of you would try it out. And I bet a majority of you have never even used Unstoppable Force. I mean, come on, with the Memento, there is no reason to use Unstoppable Force. But if you were able to double stack it, of course. And then same with Mad Bomber. Why would you give us Perfectly Mad Bomber when you just gave us an exotic that is better than Perfectly Mad Bomber? That makes no sense. The only difference is that with Perfectly Mad Bomber, you can cook the grenade and you get a grenade replenished every time you get a grenade kill. And those two attributes of that, you know, talent make it pretty damn strong. I mean, I don't know. It's like they made a new exotic and a new named chest to compete against each other, but it's for the same type of build. So I kind of find that counterproductive. Let me know what you think about that. All right. I think I've gone over everything from Year 5 Season 2's PTS. Like I said, I don't believe they're going to do a Phase 2 for this PTS. I think they're done. And I believe that we will get this update, you know, in October. But let me know what you think in the comment section below about each of these different aspects of the update. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the comments and the future videos. Oh yeah, I forgot about the DZ cache. All right, this is another part of the ugly. Why the hell would you put a DZ exotic cache in a DZ vendor and not even have that cache include DZ exclusives? But you have to use DZ resources to purchase that exotic cache. It makes zero sense. If you are forcing the community to farm the Dark Zone for DZ resources, especially 170 DZ resources, you need to make it worth it. And the fact that the developers have already officially responded and said that it will be the same exotic cache that you can get in Countdown, that alone makes it useless. Because if you can get it in Countdown, just play Countdown. To get 170 DZ resources in the Dark Zone, you have to be farming your butt off. That's 170 contaminated items that you had to deconstruct and then extract. 170 items. Like, how many of you have even extracted 170 items ever? Not only that, but there are little blue boxes throughout the dark zones that you could pick up DZ resources and it goes straight to your inventory. That would be the fastest way of getting DZ resources. But even then, it would take you a long time to get 170 of them to purchase the DZ exotic cache. So why would you waste time in the DZ farming DZ resources to buy an exotic cache that you could get 5 of the exact same exotic cache from Countdown and get more loot and get more XP and get more chances of more exotics to drop via Countdown? It would take me probably, just me personally, I would say probably 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours to farm nothing but landmarks and boxes and try to get, 170 DZ resources. It would probably take me about 2 hours. And that's me doing it nonstop. And mind you, you still have to extract. Because if you don't extract, you don't get all of those DZ resources. It's not worth it. I think that is one of the ugliest things they could have done with this patch. If they said that that cache included the Eagle Bearer, Ravenous, and Bighorn, everybody and their mom would go to the Dark Zone. But because they said that this cache is the exact same cache that you get from Countdown, it makes it dead on arrival. What is that? DOA. Dead on arrival. As soon as we get it, it is not worth it. Because the Dark Zone is already the #1 place to get exotic components. So now you're going to give them another way of getting exotics, but they're not DZ exotics. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about that as well, because I really hate that decision. It makes no sense, especially when you have to farm for the DZ resources. If it costs regular credits, I could see it and understand, okay, whatever, PvE only. But if you're going to make us PvP and then make us buy that cache, it should have the PvP exclusives. If not, it's a waste of time. But all right, that is my full honest review on everything Year 5 Season 2 that I was able to test in the PTS, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We were not able to test the incursion. We will be able to do that in October when the season goes live. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that like, subscribe. You know the whole YouTube spiel. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Peace out.